lie can never become the truth. A 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 lie will never become the truth.
Never again should we let the schemes of a reckless few put the world's financial system and our people's well-being at risk. Those who abuse the system must be held accountable. Those who act irresponsibly must not count on taxpayer dollars. Those days are over. And that's why we've agreed to a strong set of reforms. We will bring more transparency to the derivatives market. We will strengthen national capital standards so that banks can withstand losses and pay for their own risks. We will create more powerful tools to hold large global financial firms accountable and orderly procedures to manage failures without burdening taxpayers. And we will tie executive pay to long-term performance so that sound decisions are rewarded instead of short-term greed. In short, our financial system will be far different and more secure than the one that failed so dramatically last year. Iran is on notice that when we meet with them on October 1st, they are going to have to come clean, and they are going to have to make a choice. Are they willing to go down the path which I think ultimately will lead to greater prosperity and security for Iran, giving up the acquisition of nuclear weapons and deciding that they are willing to abide by international rules and standards in their pursuit of peaceful nuclear energy, or will they continue down a path that is going to lead to confrontation? Last point I'll make specifically with respect to the military. I've always said that we do not rule out any options when it comes to U.S. Security interests, but I will also reemphasize that my preferred course of action is to resolve this in a diplomatic fashion. It's up to the Iranians to respond.
Douglas and Donna Bickford. And today's date is the 2nd of October, 2009. We found this strange story. Ahmadinejad 1, Couric 0. This is at Yahoo News. It was actually on yesterday's date. Go ahead, Donna, read the first paragraph of this.
I like the title, too. It's like a sports score. Do you notice that?
Yeah.
Why do they do that? That's retarded. Anyway, last week, Katie Couric had the tables turned on her. During an interview with Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, Couric asked about Nida Sultan, the Iranian female who was shot and killed by Iranian security back in June.
So here we have Ahmadinejad, the president of Iran. There's his picture right there. Now look at the picture, okay? That's not even at the interview, but you got Katie Couric, who is the absolute most loved reporter and has been for years in the mainstream media in the United States of America. I'll just say one of them, okay? Now we have who our government is calling a terrorist. I mean, this guy just 2 days ago was practicing launching long-range missiles. It's all over the media. He was practicing as President Obama is threatening him that he better not be making nuclear weapons or we're going to attack that country. And it's so bad that at the G20 summit, they're going to send UN inspectors to Iran, to this guy's country, because they're saying he's producing nuclear weapons that he's going to launch at not only us, but at Israel. Now here we have it. This guy has a sit-down interview. This terrorist, who our government, our media, everybody on the planet is calling this guy a terrorist, saying he's going to nuke the planet. It has been said that he has said that he is going to wipe Israel off the face of the earth. That's what our media says about this terrorist. Now, Katie Couric is sitting down to tea with this guy. What do you think about what I just said, Donna?
Well, I do think it's kind of bizarre. First of all, I didn't even know they had an interview. Did you?
No, I just
I guess he came to the UN last week. He probably did all the talk shows. Who knows? But yeah, it is kind of odd, and it just like the Bin Laden tapes that pop up mysteriously, and nobody ever questions where they came from, or they just appear, get translated, and then they get broadcasted to all the major media outlets as if they're real. It's the same thing. They're just messing with our minds. You know, they call him a terrorist on one hand, but he's in the United States, and then he does the talk show rounds.
Next thing he'll be on David Letterman.
I know.
And nobody will even question it.
Nobody even thinks about it. But think about it. It is bizarre. You know, he's on Bush's axis of evil. It's no different to me than having Kim Jong-il come over here and go on with Katie Couric or somebody, you know, and do an interview. I just don't get it.
Okay, here's what I'm.
Why don't they keep him here? Can't they keep him here and question him if he's such a threat to us?
This guy is a threat to the peace of the world, and you're talking about launching nukes. He's all over the media. This guy is going to launch nukes at the United States and Israel, and Katie Couric is going to sit down and talk to him.
Yeah.
With our government.
If you read to the end of the story, Doug, where they talk about Nita, you know, she brings up Nita being killed. I think you all know Nita Sultan, who's world famous now for being killed during those protests. But Ahmadinejad brings out a photo of another woman who was killed in a German courtroom.
So that's what this story's all about, right?
It gets turned around, and Katie Couric starts talking about Ahmadinejad's questioning of the Holocaust. So I think the whole thing is about, it all comes down to that. They discredit this guy because he has questioned the Holocaust. So they're making him look like a liar. He can't discuss anything, basically, because he has denied the Holocaust. So, you know, I love the way they turn it around. They don't talk about any of the real issues, which is what you said, the missiles, the launching of the missiles. They end up talking about the Holocaust.
Okay, I'm going to read it.
What does that have to do with anything?
Okay, here it is. Here's the last paragraph in this story. Regardless of whether or not the comparison was valid, interest in El Sherbini's story has been picked, and Ahmadinejad reaffirmed his status as a tough interviewee. But Couric didn't back down. Later in the interview, the journalist showed photos of World War II concentration camps to Ahmadinejad, who has also called the Holocaust a lie. Couric asked fervently, "Is this photo also fabricated? Is this photo also a lie?" as she shows him pictures of the Holocaust. And I'm trying to remain calm and not be biased in these stories. But it is freaking sickening what is happening with the media. Now, you can call me crazy. You can call me a conspiracy theorist. You can call me nuts. You can tell me to get on psychomedicine. You can tell me to get in a psychiatric ward. You can lock me up, put me in a freaking straitjacket. But this story, you know what this story is? It's called Project Mockingbird. It's CIA. It's the FBI. It's the U.S. government messing with our minds. And this story proves there's something wrong somewhere. And if all of you all out there want the truth, then watch Doug and Donna Bickford at D&D Broadcasting, because we're gonna speak the truth no matter what. And what do you think about everything I just said?
No matter